All right, wanted to take a minute to talk about the debate tonight in Maine between Janet Mills and Paul LePage. Janet Mills is the current Democratic governor. Paul LePage was the former governor of Maine, Republican, running again even after he retired, said he was out of politics. He's back now. They had debates tonight. I haven't watched it yet. It's on C-SPAN. I'm going to watch it later. And I will likely do another video afterwards. But there was a live tweet fest going on from it, from fact checkers that I was following while I was at work. So there was a third person in this debate. I didn't know there was a third person running, and I've been following this. His name is Hunkler. I need to check if that's a real name. Sounds fake. But anyway, I don't know why there's a third person, and I don't mean to sound rude, but dude, Janet Mills is polling, according to the last poll, which was September 19th, Janet Mills is polling at 53%, Paul LePage is polling at 39%. Third person, you got no chance, get out of here. Anyway, he was on the stage too. Seems like a moderate. I don't know anything about him. But anyway, Janet Mills is, I don't know that I would call her progressive, but she is definitely a sort of middle of the road Democrat, right? She's been good. A lot of people still very angry with her over the most normal COVID restrictions. There's actually a lot of people in this city driving around with F Janet Mills in giant lettering on their cars. Still, I have photos. Anyway, she's middle of the road Democrat. Like I said, polling at 53%. But let's talk about Paul LePage, shall we? He has been called the Trump of Maine. And that was back when he was governor, years ago. So, couple quick things to mention. He supported the Muslim ban. Of course he did. He is trying to phase out income tax, which I know voters who don't pay attention to stuff think that sounds great. We're going to be paying less money. You're just going to end up paying the same amount of money, if not more, from other places rather than income. But anyway, at one point, Mills was chuckling, saying, quote, "So many misstatements coming out of Paul LePage's mouth," which I agree and I disagree. Misstatements, that sounds like you just slipped up. You said the wrong word or something. I would say misinformation, because it is intentional. It is not an accident. This one says, Paul LePage falsely claims that he never questioned any election result, including 2020 election. However, in November of 2020, he told WGAN it was, quote, clearly stolen. He goes on to say that Mills was asked, Hunkler was asked, for some reason he was still there, and Paul LePage is asked if Biden won the 2020 election. Mills said yes. Hunkler said yes. Paul LePage says, I'm not sure who's running the country. That's some QAnon stuff right there. So there's that. Paul LePage at one point said that he thinks voter fraud happens in bigger towns because clerks know everyone in small towns. Says he doesn't understand why we can't have voter ID. Let me be clear, the reason why he and others think that voter fraud happens more in larger cities is because that's when Democrats win. In larger cities, there's more diverse population. You start to realize that these people that you've been taught to hate are just regular people. You start tending to vote Democrat in larger cities. It has nothing to do with the clerks knowing you. They're not looking at your ballots. Yeah, so that's about that. More once I finally watch this thing, probably tomorrow. Now, if you're still on the fence, okay, Paul LePage, the biggest issue right now in this is abortion, okay? Mills has said on dozens and dozens of occasions over the last few months, and again during this debate, that she will do everything she can to protect abortion access in the state. She said during this debate that she would veto any legislation that came across her desk restricting abortion access in any way. Again, Paul LePage said he agreed with that and would do the same. He's lying, of course. That seems to be the biggest issue right now. But let me just say, Maine has a drug problem, okay? And there's ways that you can deal with that without being overtly racist, okay? Paul LePage, when he was governor, probably his most famous moment as governor, locally and nationally, you don't hear about Maine or Maine politics nationally a whole lot. But every time Paul LePage is mentioned, this is what comes up. Okay, there was a video of him, not a hidden video, not like secretly recorded or anything like that, at a press conference where he said one of Maine's largest problems was people from New York and Massachusetts, drug dealers, coming up here, named Shifty and D-Money, and impregnating all of our good white women. So let's really hope that this guy doesn't get back into office, okay?